Hashtag no music, no intro. A long waited, anticipated, maybe episode of the Saints Block Party podcast. We apologize a little bit, but it's dead of the off season. There's nothing going on. I needed a recharge, but happy belated Mardi Gras to everyone. Happy belated Valentine's Day. So what else? I'm an old as dirt old man now.
Deserve.
So
Birthday, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. But I feel like this is the perfect time for us to come back and talk about the Saints. There's been so many updates and additions to the offensive staff, and just a lot's going on in a very short period of time. So perfect time to talk about it. Also kind of wanted to just encapsulate, have kind of like a Super Bowl like aftermath, just some thoughts on the Super Bowl, because I always like to you can always take something away from the Super Bowl when you watch it in turn. But let's start. Oh, and we got actually a lot to talk about. Got the Saints having training camp in Irvine, particularly, and that's about like an hour drive away. Will they have a warrant out, like a wanted sign if I try to get in? I don't know, Ryan. I don't know. But let's start with all these additions to the offensive staff. So it was officially confirmed. Klint Kubiak is now officially the Saints' new offensive coordinator. Along with that, we have the quarterbacks coach who was formerly with Chicago, Andrew Janocko, I'm hoping is the quarterbacks coach. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. They added Derek Foster to be the running backs coach, if I remember. Yeah, that's the running backs coach. And lastly, Derek Foster was formerly of the Chargers running backs coach. And then as of today, the Saints are hiring Rick Dennison to their offensive staff in some type of offensive capacity, known for very good run concepts, offensive line, doesn't believe in getting vaccinated against COVID.
Oh no. Get away.
Get that needle away from me. This is true, and we have no idea how the offense is going to look. We have no idea what's going to look like, what's going to be. It's going to be fascinating to have the first time there being a different Saints offense in almost 2 decades, since 2006. This is as 100% no excuses part 2 as there can be, bro.
Bro,
none,
man. Like, it's so fascinating, bro, because it truly is a new offensive staff. It's not just bringing in 1 or 2 guys. It's completely across the board. Yeah, they kept, like Jari Evans. I think he's still there for now, at least. Like a tight end assistant coach or something like that is there.
Clancy Barone.
Clancy Barone, baby. Respect the name. But that's it, bro. It's like, it's new, man. New personalities, new coaches for players to get accustomed to. Players have gotten accustomed to out of the same guys here for years. It's gonna be new verbiage. You know what I'm saying? New teaching techniques. It's gonna be fascinating how it plays out, bro. Like, anybody who thinks they know how it's gonna play out, they're wrong, because nobody knows.
Nobody.
No idea, man.
I will say this, kind of getting into the Super Bowl aftermath, just tying it in with Klint Kubiak. There was some plays, passing concepts, and it's hard to know how much input he had on those concepts, like how much input he had in those. But I'm just gonna be an optimist and say it was at least some 40%, right? And Kyle's just the one calling the plays. Some of those concepts the Niners was running out there in the Super Bowl, bro.
Ooh. He better been stealing some of that shit.
Better, bro.
Better be like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna use that one. Ooh, I like that one. I'm gonna take that one too. Because I mean, you got to look at it like it's tough to really try to figure out what the Kubiak, like the Kubiak Junior offense is going to look like, because he came up under his dad, Gary Kubiak. So it would make sense to really look at Texans offense from like 2006 through that stretch, and the Denver offense where Gary.
I was like, Kubiak went to Denver after the Texans, right? I wasn't tripping.
Won the Super Bowl.
Did he coach? Was it with Peyton Manning? Am I tripping?
Yeah, the Super Bowl, right. The 2015 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to know what the offense is going to be. But he did. Alt Breer wrote an article a day or two ago where he talked with Klint Kubiak. It wasn't about the Saints, but it was just talking with Klint Kubiak about his experience from San Francisco, and it sounded to me like he was just a sponge up in there. You know what I'm saying? He talked a lot about Kyle Shanahan and just the different viewpoint he got to see of, Kyle Shanahan a genius, bro. Like, ain't no question about it. He's an offensive genius. So he got to see like some top tier coaching and really learn from it. Like he coming up in there with DA like,
I said it, Ryan. This man was in the Super Bowl with Kyle Shanahan. Stop. I'm going to keep it optimistic right now, bro. All I'm going to say, and it's funny you say that regarding from the coaching aspect, because we've talked about it from the player aspect with a player like Alvin Kamara, with a player like Michael Thomas and things like that, is that once you've got if you come in the league as a rookie and that's what you're getting as a rookie, being coached by Sean Payton, one of the best offensive minds in the game, blah, 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 like there's accountability, blah, blah. Like that's all you know as a pro. So to like have that for what, 4 seasons, 5 seasons, however long it was, and then that's just gone, and there's just someone walking around the building that you think might be an imbecile, bro. That's so from a prayer aspect. Like, just now, imagine like the coaching aspect, bro. Like this nigga don't know anything, and I hope it's not. But this is, I don't know how many times, like how many ways we can word it. Is like this is DA's season. Like there is like no excuses at all. You got Klint Kubiak, you got the offensive coordinator. And we talked about Pete, how Pete Carmichael was going to be like the scapegoat, and essentially like he was. Same thing happening with the 49ers with Steve Wilkes, bro. Like, same thing, bro.
Same thing, bro. Like,
so someone got to
fall on the sword,
But you, like, from the Niners, I understand it. Like, you're not going to do anything with Kyle Shanahan. John Lynch just got a contract extension. Like, they've earned their. It's just crazy that DA gets to like have a fall, man, at this point in 5 seasons, bro.
Like of all people. Anyway. One thing from the article, I did like seeing Klint Kubiak say this. He said, "It's all for the quarterback to get the most successful play you can give him with the most answers." Mm-hmm. It's been a really eye-opening experience, a real positive experience talking about his time with Shanahan. So I like that. I just like that mindset. Like, look, we need to give our quarterback the answers, like you talk about, the answers to the test. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta get answers to the test, bro.
And that's the best you could do. The best OCs do that. Sean Payton was great at doing that.
Fantastic.
All of the good OCs, good offensive coaches were able to give the quarterback most of the answers. They're not going to have all the answers sometimes. And that's what separates the elite quarterbacks from the good quarterbacks. The elite quarterbacks can find the answers themselves when the coaches can't come up with the right answer. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up, because me and Jay, this was before the Super Bowl, I think it was, just did a fun thought experiment based on our dude's Mark's question in the Discord about like, is this generation of quarterbacks overrated? Like it's such a great question, and made me really think. It made me sit back. And I was like, how many elite quarterbacks in the NFL are there right now? Elite.
Elite. Mahomes, obviously. Then there's a gap. Then there's Josh Allen.
See, like for me, it was two. It was Mahomes and it was Joe Burrow. That was it. I didn't put Josh Allen up, not Josh Allen, not Lamar.
Bro. You sticking to your narrative, bro. Josh Allen. Elite quarterback, bro. He's an elite quarterback.
Elite and franchise quarterbacks are two completely different things.
No, bro. No. I gotta disagree there, bro. The boy elite. He elite, man. He elite. Now, he's not perfection. There are holes in his game. I will admit that.
I'll ask you this. Because this is the mindset that I was thinking of, because Mark brought up the generation of quarterbacks before. So Breeze, Manning, Brady, let's say Ben and Aaron Rodgers. Let's say those five. Okay. How many quarterbacks who are playing today would you put in that same tier as those five I just named? That's what the question is.
Now, that's a great question, because then it would only be Burrow and Mahomes.
So that's yes. So that's how I interpreted the question.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Then it would be Burrow, because I think I say Josh Allen, he's closer to what Aaron Rodgers. I won't say what Aaron Rodgers was very early in his career. I'm talking about like his very first, 1 or 2 years. And I know he had like, MVP year in there, but like he got better from a mental processing standpoint, over time. But, he had such physical talents when he was like younger, when he just came in. His physical talents were just immense. And I think Josh Allen is there. But
let me ask you this.
How do we get to that next point? I don't
know. How are Josh Allen of this era and Phillip Rivers of his era very similar?
That's a good one now. That's a good one. I still, but Phillip was a dog, dude. Boy, like, dog.
That's that football conversation. Get the juices going a little bit, bro. Just get the brains in. Anyway,
we came up like our era. You know what I'm saying? Where we really got to experience football, man. Like, I remember just a lot being said and written around that time is everybody just assumed that it was going to be like a constant progression where quarterbacks are just going to get more. Quarterbacks going to be throwing for 6,000 yards, 7,000 yards. Man. I remember people used to poo-poo. Drew Brees was throwing for like 5,000 yards every year. They were like, that's just the rules changes. Like,
yep.
Quarterbacks going to be doing that all the time. No, they're not. They're not even getting close these days, bro. Like, they're not. Now, they are athletic. Everybody can run now and stuff like that. So the game is different. But, man, what they were doing was just crazy, bro. It was quarterbacking on like just a higher level.
Another level, bro. Just another level. But just want to give some love to Mark again for that question, because it really is a football question that has like made me like stop and think a bit.
Yeah. And look, before you switch it goes back to like what we talked about. I don't remember when, a couple of weeks ago. Well, I was thinking about how these newer quarterbacks just don't process like the blitz and all that stuff and the protections like Peyton Manning, Brady, Breeze, Phillip Rivers. They would come to the line of scrimmage. Yes, they would have their play calls, but they would come to the line of scrimmage and they were in complete control of the protection scheme.
They were artists.
They were artists, bro. You did not blitz Drew Brees. You did not blitz Peyton Manning. Very selectively you did it. Very selective, because you knew you would get burned. Where today, I mean, Greg Williams, he could feast today, bro. If he was coaching defense, bro, he could go off because he could mix some stuff up, man.
So one of the guys, hopefully we're going to get on this podcast next month, maybe as a spoiler alert, is Cody Alexander, who's on Twitter. I have to find his actual handle on Twitter. But if you are like a football like person that just loves like the football tape grinder, just understanding defenses and stuff like that, like Cody, this is terrible podcasting, but also actual podcast. So on Twitter, he goes, it's at the _coach_A. Cody Alexander, hoping to get him on the pod. We reached out to him. He said he's willing to do it when he gets a little more clear. He pointed to a play. No, it wasn't him that did that. It was actually, I think it was Mitchell Schwartz, former right tackle of the Chiefs, of just in the Super Bowl, there was a play where Brock Purdy should have told George Kittle to stay in on the block and block rather than him releasing. And that like little minute stuff like that. And Tom Brady was doing a podcast with Steve Young, and he kind of put it perfectly, is that at some point as a quarterback, these young quarterbacks, if it's whoever it is, offensive coach, head coach, or offensive coordinator, they're going to give you so much of the answer, right? They can give you 70% of it, but if you don't know that other 30%, and you're just only running what is called, it's hard, bro. It's hard.
It's hard, bro. It's hard.
The thing that evens it out a little bit is that you're going against other quarterbacks that are probably on that, not doing the same thing. I still say that right now there's two true elite quarterbacks in the league right now, Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, because they have that other 30% where they can figure out the line, figure out the blitz. Joe said it on that Thursday night football game. He said, don't zero me. Don't zero me. Like, don't do it.
Straight up.
He saw that the blitz was coming. He changed the play before the play was off, scored the touchdown.
Exactly. And we saw that in the Super Bowl where the Chiefs ran, I think it was Greg Cosell talked about it. The Chiefs ran cover zero, on 9 to 10 plays, which is
that is wild.
You just don't see that. Like, you don't see that. And you just don't see, some teams don't ever run cover zero. In the Super Bowl, and there not be big plays that come out of that is just crazy. It's just crazy.
So just maybe people who may be listening or watching and don't exactly know what a cover zero blitz is, that essentially is meaning that it is a very, almost you're sitting the entire house and there is no protection, no safety in the back end of your defense to prevent a big play from happening. So it's you'll see teams run cover zero here, maybe once or twice a game. To run a cover zero 9 times a game and nothing come from it, bro. Now, I'm going to say this. Is that a Brock Purdy thing? Who's a second-year starter? Is that a Kyle Shanahan thing? I'm just
saying, bro.
Let me stop.
Hey, look, Spags had a horrible tenure with the Saints, but that boy was cooking. That boy was cooking in that Super Bowl, man.
He cooked all playoffs, Ryan. He shut the Ravens. He shut the Bills down. He shut the Ravens down. He shut the Niners down.
No question.
Anyway, game. So we're talking about the Super Bowl. Anything else, just anything that kind of just caught your eye? It could be Klint Kubiak. It could just be Super Bowl stuff in general. It was a great defensive game. It was a great. I know people are like, oh, this game is that game. Ooh, the defense was.
Bro, I was so into it, bro. It was because it was crazy because the first half I'm thinking man, San Francisco is dominating this game. But the score is 10-3 though. I'm man,
you can't dominate a game and keep that. Nah, bro, not when that dude on.
Hell no. I'm man, they're gonna lose this game. They're gonna lose it. It's just crazy. And just for Kyle Shanahan, he's where Andy Reid was when Andy Reid was with the Eagles.
Man. That's perfect.
He was going to the NFC Championship every year. He made it to the Super Bowl against the Patriots and lost. It was Andy Reid, he's a great coach, but he just can't win the big one.
Yep, that was the narrative.
And I just think that's kind of with Charlotte. I mean, I don't think Kyle is overrated or nothing like that. He just, he's operating in NFL where there's Patrick Mahomes. That's just it, bro. He just stuck to that. Just like the Bills, bro. It just.
Man, like Thanos, bro, just collecting Infinity Stones of teams, bro.
It's tough, man. It's tough. You got Mahomes and Andy Reid. It's damn.
Got them both. I keep so the thing that you said, right? The Niners defense played great, a large part of that game. if you're an offensive coach like Kyle is, and your defense is playing that well, and your defense is doing as great as a job as you could do against a Patrick Mahomes team, offense got to score, bro. Like,
gotta score, man.
You got George Kittle, Bryant Ayuk, Debo, Christian McCaffrey. You got to put points on the board.
And that's the thing. Your dogs weren't dogs. You know what I'm saying? Debo, I think he had 33 yards. Kittle had -4 yards or something.
One catch, bro.
It's nothing, bro. It then left overtime with a hammy or something. It's like, what is going on, man?
Did he? I didn't even realize. Oh, that's right. He did. Yeah.
I don't know if it was a hammy or there was Debo that had a hammy. Greenlaw got hurt.
Yeah.
Greenlaw got hurt, just kind of like jumping up and down or whatever. I'm like, oh, man, it just makes you feel like, man, Super Bowl, boy.
Hard
to win. It's
hard. What are your thoughts of San Fran deciding to take the ball first in overtime?
I guess I don't have a major take about it because, like, I heard Kyle Shanahan's reasoning, and I guess it made sense. Like, hey, we want to get the ball third, but it just. I understand where Kyle was coming from because his defense was just on the field,
right,
for that final 2-minute drive, to protect the lead, and basically putting them back on the field with I wouldn't say guaranteed a score, a touchdown by the Chiefs, but still
the chances are higher.
Oh, higher. So I understood it, but just the fact that some players didn't know the rule changes and stuff like that.
The DA sneak in the Super Bowl? We didn't know.
Yeah, I'm like that was just. I was like, well, that's on Kyle. That's on Kyle Shanahan right there. That's coaching. That's coaching. He has to. Details were like you got to be a psycho about details.
The juxtaposition of the Niners not knowing and the Chiefs were talking about that shit in training camp. Right? Come on, we talking about coaching, bro.
There's a clip. I think I retweeted it where it was during the coin flip in OT, and it's focused on Patrick Mahomes, and the 49ers say we're going to receive, and you could just see the expression on his face, like, oh shit, they gonna receive, like, okay, like he just like he couldn't believe it, like, oh, they gonna receive. So it's just crazy. Kyle Shanahan is gonna have to get better at being a head coach and not just like an offensive guru. You know what I'm saying? Which he's a great head coach. Not saying he's not a great head coach, but you're going to have to get psycho about the details about the game, the overall game, and not just offensively. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to
I feel like that's the one thing that Sean Payton as an overall coach still has over Kyle.
Exactly.
Because he sees like the big picture and he's still that offensive guru. Kyle, I'm not trying to take anything away from him as a head coach at all, but he still sometimes gets very like single focus of just his lane, right? Of being offense, and it's like the inverse of DA because DA is weird. Like he's a decent to okay defensive coordinator as a head coach. Then he was trying to like meddle in Pete's business as an OC when it's like the defense, and then like he don't even know if he understands how the IR rule works. He just can maybe Klint picked up on something when he was in San Francisco that he can kind of help DA. I don't know.
Help him out, Klint. Help him out.
Come on, KK, help that man out, bro. It was. When the Chiefs got the ball, bro. Like I didn't have any. I was like, I already know how the story's gonna end. I knew how it was going to end.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. It was impossible. It was just, man. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough in the NFL today.
Oh, it is. It is bad because you have to. And the thing is, like the regular season stuff does not matter. Like that does not matter. All the lulls that they had last season, lulls that the Chiefs had this season, I didn't believe it for 1 second, right? I was like, okay, we'll see. What is your take, or if you have a take, about training camp more than likely taking place in Southern California in Irvine.
Yeah, I don't have a major take. Like they say, it's about they're doing construction in the headquarters. We'll see. I don't like. I think if you have a well coached, talented team, it don't matter where you practice at. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
About we was having a debate on the Discord about does the practicing in a hot, humid South help the team battle through adversity and stuff like that, or versus working out in a better climate, be able to focus and work on things better without being stressed out about being overheated and stuff like that. I don't know. I have no idea, bro. I don't know. I know we got the Greenbrier curse that we talk about, but those teams was just trash, bro. Like I don't know if it was because of Greenbrier. Just the talent was horrible, man. So I don't know, man. It's yeah. I just hope DA takes advantage and gets the most work out the team and really focus on the details, man. Because every year they start, man, it's like the first month is basically preseason, and they're trying to figure out what the hell they're trying to do. And
that's what it feels like, yeah.
Yeah, like what is going on here? So they really need to get the most out of training camp instead of just kind of loafing through it.
Which is funny because you say that because even with that said, they started the season 2-0, and like I remember, like and that hadn't happened in such a long time.
Yeah.
And then like the rest of the season happened, but like I want to give some credit to our dude Rob about this, and because he tweeted it. But like the mantra really for this podcast for the Saints 2024 season is shut us up, bro. Hashtag shut us up. We don't want to continue to have, I won't say negative, but like we don't want to continue to have podcasts where it seems like we're being pessimistic or we're just being too hard on the team. We want to be able to just root for the team, be happy, shut us up. The mantra that we had prior to that Rams game on Thursday Night Football is the same mantra that we're going to have throughout the entire season. I am not going to be here taking away any of the good vibes from the offensive hires that that fans may have gotten from the offensive hires. It's like from what I limited know, they're good offensive hires. They're good to really good offensive hires. My concern is just that as good as those offensive hires are, is Dennis Allen going to be able to just not be in the way of whatever it is? Rob said, Dennis Allen, prove me wrong. Peyton Turner, prove me wrong. Kendra Miller, prove me wrong. Cam Jordan, Cam old, Rob, you don't know how you need to put that one in there. Pete Warner, prove me wrong. Trevor Penning, not really his fault, but prove me wrong. Derek Carr, prove me wrong. I dare you. Straight up, bro.
Straight up, man. That's all we got to do. Rob said it. Prove us wrong,
Shut us up, man.
Will they? I'm open to it, though. At least be, like we've been saying, bro, at least be a fun team, man.
Please.
Be a fun team. Have some fun offense. Get after it on defense. Get don't have AK out there looking crazy, running into brick walls.
I'll be fascinated to know, is his spot on the team solidified with Kubiak hire?
I am so fascinated.
That looks cake. Derek Carr just became a huge fan of this podcast. Let me take that off real quick.
Got the little point at the top.
During Black History Month. Sorry. But I don't know, man. Like that's a very interesting question, and I wish there was clarity on it. Does this draft excite you? I know it's early. We still got 2-ish months away, 2 months and 10 days. But does this draft excite you?
I mean, a little bit, but it ain't like,
because you watch more prospects than I have. I really have not watched anyone yet.
I mean, I haven't watched in about 2 weeks though, but it's it's cool. I'm not like super amped for this draft because one, I'm pretty sure they're not taking a quarterback, even though there's a good bit of like nice quarterbacks in there. There's some nice prospects though, man. Like there's some really good prospects to be had in the first round. I wish they had more picks, or at least I wish they had more picks like in the top 100.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, they have a chance to like add some real talented players, defensive, offensively, either way, you know. But we gonna see, bro. But I mean, the draft season's so long, man. Like
long, bro.
I'm already tired of hearing about certain things. So,
if what the Bears will do one more fucking, I'm fed up with it, Ryan.
Drake made better than Caleb.
Oh my God! Stop! Can we stop? Can we stop? Can we stop? So it had been a very long time since I've updated my Saints draft trend data. So I just went through just recently and just kind of updated the last 2 draft classes that hadn't been in there. Just to get like a sense of like what the hit rates are, things like that. And that's what I'm going to be digging into the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, to just dive into like the data. I will say I don't think I've ever seen a team as bad as like scouting linebackers as these dudes.
Bro, you put that up in the Discord, I was like, yeah, damn.
I'm starting back in 2006. Wait, Marvin Mitchell wasn't a 2006 pick, was he? Was he 2007? Oh no, Marvin Mitchell, Stanley Arnix, Nate Bussey, Martez Wilson, Rufus Johnson, Kari Ford, Davis Toll, Stephon Anthony, Alex Anzalone, Caden Ellis, Zach Bond, Pete Warner, DeMarco Jackson.
Hey, Alex Anzalone, baby.
Just carry that flag, bro.
Pete Warner, we'll see, because he kind of,
Yeah, I put him as a yellow right now, bro. Like if you would have after his sophomore season, he would have been a green. Right now, he's a yellow, bro. He's a yellow.
And there's some like good linebackers in this draft too. Like not first round linebackers, but second, third round guys. And I just don't trust them, bro. I don't trust the Saints at all.
No, stay away from them. Just sign one. Sign Devin White. Sign
somebody.
Patrick Queen. Somebody. Don't draft one, please. Please. Just throwing corners drafted since 2006, actually, just for shits and giggles. Davis Jones. They drafted someone from fucking Wingate, Ryan.
What? Is that like the Ryan or something like that?
Wingate. David Jones, Tracy Porter, Patrick Robinson, Johnny Patrick. Wasn't he like trying to like fuck married women or some shit like that? I
got some freaky stuff with your Johnny Patrick.
Know me. Corey White, Stanley Jean Batiste, Damian Swan. I thought Damian Swan was gonna be good.
Damian Swan, boy, that's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. He wasn't terrible at first, but he just didn't elevate as he thought.
PJ Williams, who's listed as a corner because he started as a nickel, but whatever. Marshawn Lattimore, Kareem Moore, Chauncey, Paulson Adebo, Alante Taylor. You
could see that when Ireland come in, you could just see that.
You can see it, bro. You can see it.
It was hitting on them things, boy. And that's not even looking at the safeties,
Safeties: Josh Lay, Roman Harper, Usama Young, Chip Vaughn, Malcolm Jenkins, Kenny Vaccaro, Vinny Sunseri, Von Bell, Marcus.
Hey, Vinny.
Von Bell, Marcus Williams, Natrell Jamerson, Saquon Hampton, Jordan Howden. I guess you could throw PJ Williams in that kind of if you wanted to. But yeah, you can see it. It was right. Like Von Bell was a Jeff Ireland pick because that was his draft. Yeah. But Bell, Marcus Williams, Jordan Howden, man, I remember getting played by Saquon Hampton, bro. Like all the picks he was getting in training camp, bro. I was believing.
Oh,
this is just a reminder, guys. When I know it's early, but when those reports start coming out, and I don't want to take your joy away.
Right.
So just wait till the games are played. Like the games gotta be played. At this point, like the two players in the draft, like I'm Bowers and Latu. If they can get
those are draft base.
Those is it, bro. Those is it. I'm not including like Caleb, right? Those are it, bro. Those are my draft base. Is and I don't even know if there'll be more draft base. It might just be that. This just might be those two. But it's gonna be interesting to see. Luckily, my flight situation got rectified. Spirit's fucking terrible.
Oh.
But the Saints block party second annual draft party will be happening on April 25th in New Orleans. You must be a Patreon to attend. So if you are in Louisiana, in New Orleans, you want to attend, please do. Please just become a Patreon because that's the only way you're going to be admitted in. I'm sorry. Anything else you want to hit on? This might be a shorter episode because
did the Saints hire the OL coach? What was his name? Not the Novak guy.
Not Dennison.
The other guy's name. Long time Kubiak O-line coach.
Oh, you're right. I can't think of his name right now. Also terrible podcasting at its finest. Oh, is it? Wait, hold on. No. Oh, John Benton.
Yeah, John Benton. Yeah. I don't know if they made that official yet, not, but it's been out there for a while that he's coming in. That's going to be a fascinating thing because he's like one of the guys as far as like outside zone offensive line. Like he was there. Elder Shanahan, Kubiak, always been there. Like he is the guy who teams go to when they want to teach outside zone. And the Saints, the Saints have run outside zone. Even last year they ran it. Just horrible at it. So it's like, it's going to be interesting to see, like, hey, does he come in and be like, man, look, this guy and this guy, James Hurst, we can't run outside zone, James. Right. We just can't do it. Like, we're going to have to draft somebody. We're going to bring somebody in. I think Cesar Ruiz might fit pretty well because he's a good athlete. He just is just inconsistent. He just sees out there, bro.
I keep going back to free agent to be John Feliciano, bro. Like,
yeah,
he's like the perfect example of a player who plays decent to well to good and just does his job. Like, he's not great, he's not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they decide like James Hurst can't be used in that role, I think I keep going back to him because Klint Kubiak has, it was one season, but he has experience with him as a player. The most fascinating thing about this offseason is what the fuck do they do with Trevor Penning, bro? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like you said, Rich Dennison or whatever his name is, like he need to be living with Trevor Penning, bro. Like bringing him home, picking him up in the morning, go and get breakfast.
TD Jakes, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up. Kick step. I want you to kick step right now.
out of a sleep, right?
Like, I need him. It's just so important, bro, because it would be almost like getting another draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, because we got nothing out of him so far. You know what I'm saying?
Which is wild though, because it's like, okay, but if you move Pete inside back to guard, like he's better. It gets a little. I don't know, right? I don't know. Like they have to figure out the best starting five, but
and the thing is, they have to make a decision on Pete before they even know what happens to Penny. So They gotta
like they may have to make a decision on Pete just as a backup plan. Like, not as they would probably assume that they're not potentially going to get anything for Trevor Penning, or maybe he doesn't seem as salvageable based on what we've seen them tell us. So with that logic, you would think they have to bring Pete back.
Yeah, got to.
Because you can't not bring him back and then bank on Trevor Penning being good or whatever, and then that not work out. Then you doubly fucked.
Gonna be kicking Hurts back out there. Max Garcia.
What's the player that got injured? Like, right? He was a former Panther. Was it Trey Turner? No. Was it? Yeah. Maybe.
Was it Trey Turner? Yeah.
It was Trey Turner, right?
Trey the Truth.
Yeah. Lot to still happen. The combines, happened in a week, 2 weeks?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, completely out, right? It would. I will say if we got credentialed to the combine, it would really suck because we got we get credentialed a week or 2 weeks before it actually happens, and all the travel arrangements I had etched out that could work, all that's just gonna be gone, bro. I was.
Hey, bro, Bowers might be there, but I see people already knocking Bowers' size, man. Talking about, he's not because he was standing next to Gronk or something. He's like, he looks.
He's
small.
standing next to Gronk, nigga. Like what? This man played in the SEC. Like what? People are dumb.
Saying,
I can't, bro. I
I'm
can't.
Just saying, man. We go. I think people go overanalyze, bro.
So that's a part of the reason why I took a step back in draft season, because it's just too much, man. It's just
too much, man. Go in circles. You're just analyzing in circles.
But the prospect matching data is happening. Probably we're gonna start working on that in March with Jay and I helping as always. I was talking to Bajan about potentially what a true envision is at some point. Probably not this year, but on our website, saintsblockparty.com, go to that, to have the database essentially be on there. That's be only for Patreons and be searchable. So someone, I want to see how, I don't know, Mike Neighbors. Is that what his name is? No, that's his name. I know his first name. Last name is Neighbors. The LSU
Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors. Yeah.
I was like, how does Malik, pair up into the Saints metrics, over since 2006? Go type his name up, and then his points of 3-cone, height, weight, blah blah. And then if it hits in those metrics, it'd be green. If it doesn't hit, it'd be red.
Shit. We gotta go to the paywall. That boy, what you talking about, boy?
They got set for Patreons, nigga. This is not for free. It's not for free. But I think the database this season, Bajan could do it. But Bajan, our dude with Precious LLC out here doing websites. If you need a website, hit up our dude Bajan. Bajan's out here doing freelance, so he kind of I could do it. But that's a lot of work. So I think this year we probably just stay with do an article with the data, and that will be behind a Patreon paywall. But eventually that's the goal, is to be able to have a database on our website, and someone who was a Patreon could go in and see, I want to see how this player matches up with, the Saints metrics over the years, since we're only going to go back to 2006. Sorry, folks. We're not going back further than that. That's it.
Oh no.
Because that would just be such a cool feature to just know and have, and to just have readily available, and have the code already tied in to if it. That's the vision at some point, but we'll get there. It's funny you bring up how Penning would be getting the first round pick back. Can you imagine if Isaiah Foskey did something? We're talking about guard, potentially needing guard help. They drafted Nick Salverde. There's players that we need to see them.
There? Yeah, there are players there that if they could, draft picks there that if they could get something out of, would make a huge difference, man. Huge difference. Foskey, oh my God, the deep Foskey, Peyton Turner, maybe the ship should have sailed on Peyton Turner, but Foskey, bro, Show me something, bro.
Please.
Come on, man. Dude,
please.
Something, man. You got Brian Brassie. He looks promising, but if we can get something out of Falski, that would change the game, man.
It would. And we talk about teams, going back to the Super Bowl again, as amazing and as stellar as obviously Patrick Mahomes on the team is essentially like a cheat code. Like if the Chiefs, by having him on the team, have a handicap of like 7 points when they start a game, bro. Like I say that jokingly, but like not really. Like that's real, right?
Yeah.
They have drafted absolutely fucking outstanding. And they have drafted outstanding while typically picking in like the 30s, 31, 32, 30.
Yeah. Yeah, man. A lot of late round picks.
Trent Duffy, George Kalafdis was just a dog and like that is we keep harking back to this point. Jeff Duncan, the Saints have identified these undrafted free. Cool. Like that is not the bulk of your draft class. Like you're like if you draft a player in the first 2-ish rounds, maybe first 2 to 3 rounds, like you are to some degree expecting hopefully that you get something out of that player. And the Chiefs have not only drafted players later in the draft and gotten something out of them, they've gotten like studs, bro. Like Trent Duffy is like looking like one of the best cornerbacks right now.
He's looking outstanding.
Outstanding, bro. And he looked outstanding at Washington. So that's like on the league thing of why did not someone in the league didn't draft him sooner. I digress. But that's how good teams are built.
Yeah. And it goes back to the whole argument of like, they'll always say, once you pay a franchise quarterback, it's hard to get back to a Super Bowl because you got to pay the quarterback and you take up so much of your space. Yeah, they take up some of your cap space, but it just puts an onus on how you draft.
There it is.
The value you get from the draft, the value you get out of free agency, and it puts the onus on your team builders, on your pro scouting staff, on your college scouting staff. They got to work. You know what I'm saying?
Work, bro.
And the Chiefs are showing that it could be done. You just got to do it.
Nick Bolton, just players all scattered throughout that defense on the O-line. Trey Smith, and then who else they draft on? Creed Humphrey, who's terrible at fucking snapping the ball. Like he's awful.
Oh man, low snaps all game, bro.
All playoffs, Ryan. Playoffs. Luckily, like Patrick Mahomes was a baseball player because those were
exactly.
So if the Saints and Mickey Loomis wants to say like they want to replicate what the Steelers have done, blah blah, like you have to this season. Like the draft is so crucial. The draft completely transformed the Detroit Lions this past season. Like I get it, and I get. The draft brings this sense of hope. That Mark Sessler pick is such a perfect pick where he's just like, oh, Manziel, this is it. And I get it because when it works and when the team is right, it completely does change the entire direction of a team. And I was going through these draft classes since 2017. Some of this is on Sean. Some of this is on Mickey Loomis. Some of this is on Jeff Ireland. But like, there's more yellow and red than there is green, bruh.
A lot of red. And you can't have that, man.
Can't.
Especially for a team that's maxed out on the cap every year.
There you go.
Over the cap every year. You can't have that. You got to be hitting on them picks. You got to be hitting. You're not going to hit on all of them. You're going to have some slip-ups, but you got to be hitting 50, 60%, man,
And their draft class last year, I put Reese as a green. It's probably a little premature, but I put Howden as a green and A.T. Perry as a green. And as a 5th and 6th round pick, like that's pretty outstanding, right?
Right.
But like that middle, like Foskey, Millers, out of Verde, like 2022. This is just the year before.
Hayner, what was he, a 5th round pick?
He's the 4th.
4th round pick. I guess you can't grab by the 4th round pick, but it's like what was the plan there? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the plan? Because it's like, it doesn't seem like there's any thought or attempt to like
none.
Let him at least develop into the number 2 quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, throw him to the side, And that's what I said. I have no idea what he could be, but I'm just saying.
2022, Chris Olave, Penning, Alante Taylor, DeMarco Jackson, Jordan Jackson. 2021, Peyton Turner, Pete Warner, Paulson Adebo, Ian Book, Landon Young, Quan Baker. Bro, that is Ryan. Out of all those players I've named, you have 4 starters, 2 in the green.
Ain't cutting it.
You can't win like that. Like team building wise, it's not gonna get it done. It's just not gonna get it done.
Especially when you factor in like that Penning pick, the cost of it.
Oh my god!
Like we still paying for it this year in the draft, you know. So
they could have in theory they could have had 2 second-round picks this year, but we shall see. Hope everyone had a great Mardi Gras season, had a good Valentine's Day.
Enjoyed myself, boy.
So what? A life goal of mine, because like Mardi Gras is always like the day. It usually the day before, sometimes the day of, sometimes the day after my birthday. Life goal of mine is to be in New Orleans during my birthday during Mardi Gras.
It's early March next year.
Oh, is it? Okay, so then never mind. But one time, it's got to happen at least once. Once.
Bro. Got to.
But thank y'all for, even though there's not a lot going on, like thank y'all for supporting us and just, being amazing listeners on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening. We really appreciate it. For people who are our Patreons, like y'all are still supporting us, even though it is in the dead season right now. So that, we just are just very grateful, sincerely for everything that you guys do. Hold on. I was going somewhere with this. Did I lose it?
Go.
Yeah, it's gone.
Go,
it's
bro.
gone. It's gone. Yeah, but thank y'all. Truly. We are excited. I know the season's like we're in February, so we got like 7 fucking months for the season comes back. So it's a ways away, but I'm hoping even, we talked about the Irvine thing potentially, just to like, there's tons of Saints fans on the West Coast, and there's tons of Patreon, our people who support us. So, I'm going to organize some Saints Block Party podcasts, West Coast, like training camp days, whatever. Training camp's hard because, especially if it's going to be in Irvine, which is not close. However, it depends on when training, like the day of training camp, bro. Like I work Monday through Thursday, so it ain't happening Monday through Thursday. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday is training camp. We will try to be there. And if they don't got that warning poster, that they not checking for me, I might have to sneak the camera in, get some good content.
I don't know if you ever went to like a cheap motel, or like you go to the cheap motels.
Have I? Excuse me. Sorry.
And they usually have like pictures of like IDs in there for whatever reason, like somebody maybe trashed a room or something. That's how they're gonna have you up there. Adam West. Adam West has a memorable name too. It's like Adam West.
Gotta use my Ron Mexico ID, bro.
Ron Mexico.
That's a deep cut, bro. That's a deep cut.
Wild for that one, baby.
If I was a production guy, because he does like the Fox, right before Kurt, whatever. Bro, if I was a production guy, just for shits and giggles, one day, bro, I'd just put his name, just be Ron Mexico, bro. Ron Mexico. I'd probably like I would do it when I knew like my job was probably I was gonna get fired or some shit, bro. Just like
Mexico, baby,
Mexico, bro. Anyway, woof. Anyway, too soon. Too soon. All right. Anyway, thank y'all. Truly. We're not gonna have a live show this week. I'm taking a little family, little vacay, just get away for a bit. Trust me, much needed. But next week we'll be back to our usual schedule where we'll have the one podcast a week and they'll do a live show on the weekend. Think I want to get our boy Joey on here. Reach out to Joey on. You gotta get Joey on the live show. But thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll be back next week. Thank you for support. Like, subscribe on YouTube. Rate on any of the listening platforms. 5 stars. We appreciate it. With that, we're out.
Peace.